We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready. Blue lady. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. Flip it, flip it, flip it. That's it. 59 is Mike. 59 is Mike. Check, check. 59. Here we go, D. Here we go.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Ready.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Mike to 59. Focus, defense, focus. Green, triple team.
On the give, running right is Howard. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Open man is Godwin. It's complete. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season opener opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
Ready.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. They run with Howard, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Let him go by a little too easily there.
Well, that's what we saw on film, isn't it? His head goes down oftentimes when he goes to punch, when he's trying to block. And when you do that, you can't see your target. He went right past him and made the play.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long.
Here I come again. Here I come again. At 58. Wait. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The rookie there defensively to knock it away, Trayvon Mullen.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Ready. 8, read. Hey, General West. Let's go.
A former Seminole back home in Florida. It's Dalvin Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's go, D. Big series.
From the gun, Sheldon. He's got his tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage that's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Operating from the gun, Sheldon. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Sheldon. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And taken right at the 35. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, I'm coming.
Jameis to throw it. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Mike 59. Don't let him breathe.
Running with Howard. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Ready. Blue white. All day. Alert 3. Let's go.
Now Howard. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. 58, boy. 58, Mike. I'm coming after you. Flip it. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike,
On 3rd down, Winston. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17.
25, check 25, check 25.
On the carry, it's Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Let's go.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Off play action. Sheldon. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete.
Got it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun, Sheldon. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, standing just about on his own goal line. Fielded just inside the 30. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Ready? He's tired of me. He's tired of us. Work that up.
From just shy of midfield, Winston. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Hey, let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon.
Go, run.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
On the 6. You don't want no, baby. You don't want no. Hey, you don't want no.
To throw on 2nd down, Sheldon. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
A gain of 18 on the play.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We're scoreless after one. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Mixon with it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Winston now. And, oh, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked there by Nick Nelson. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Kendall Beckwith on the stop.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
This is Mixon. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Brings up 3rd down.
Ready. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
And his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Check, 22, check, bomber. Check, 22, check, bomber. Let's go. Let go.
Now Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
We're going to work.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Buccaneers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Winston now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Here's Winston. Trying to lay one up deep. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off inside the 10. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Well, going deep here for Taylor. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Now Winston. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. 20, 10, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Nice touchdown,
Joe
baby.
Mixon
Keep working.
with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Extra point forthcoming. It's good to make it 17-7.
Mixon score, Raiders 17, Buccaneers 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
The first down screen pass, good for 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. To throw is Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively.
Hey, check. 3 down. 58, come on.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. He's got Evans. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Jameis now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Throwing on 2nd down, Winston. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. He finds his target. It's Evans. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. And now here is another interception. Picked off inside the 5. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
This a quick pass to Davis. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
On the double. Hey,
Orbit. Check pass. Check pass. Protein spill. Hit it.
Looking to throw on second down. Sheldon. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down.
Ready, ready. 951. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. Let's go.
From the gun, Sheldon. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Operating from the gun. Sheldon. He's going to go up top for the end zone. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Get it.
To throw again. Sheldon. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Final play of the half here, Winston. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On second down now, it's Cook. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
To throw on third down, Sheldon. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
And a Raider first down.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Hey, Alpha. Ready?
On first and 10, Sheldon. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for. Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Let's go.
Now Joe Mixon. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was trying to get it to Taywan Taylor, and now it's 3rd down.
Down, 50, plant. Hey, let's go.
From the gun, Sheldon. He's going to let this go for the end zone. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have.
And he coughed it up, and the Raiders pick it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Calling a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 42-yard line.
Ready. 10 Lobo.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Get it.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. It's caught by Davis. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Corey Davis, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Looking to throw. Sheldon, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now, that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
This has kind of been the story all night long, hasn't it? An inability to really get much done on third downs, and it's costing them.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is away, and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now, and all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays, and right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just looking to turn anywhere for a stop defensively. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Go! Ready?
Operating from the gun. Sheldon looking for Campbell downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly third and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now this throw caught left side. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, Winston. And this is caught by Evans. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. To throw again on second down. Winston. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down.
Watch the out. Watch the out.
58 to Mike. 58. 58 to Mike.
Smoke, smoke. Get him. Let's go.
Now Winston on fourth down. Open man has got one. It's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Throwing, Winston. He completes it to Evans. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards on the play. Back now in Tampa. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On first and goal, Howard. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at second and goal. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. Jameis to throw it. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit. Parkey with the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mixon. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Let's go. 60 yards. Bound to lose one. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Let's go.
On second down, it's Cook. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run here with Mixon. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. Again, it's Cook. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. The Raiders on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Sheldon. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 35. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And, Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
Hey, we got 3, 3 down, 3 down.
On the toss, Mixon. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Once again, they run with Mixon. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick here is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Mixon with a 1st down carry. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Here we go. 50, plant.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right, tight.
Down.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Right there. All day, baby.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
Watch the curl. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
They toss to Mixon. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. He had it online, gave it a pretty good ride too, but in the end, he's a victim of the crossbar.
And Brandon, you know kickers very well. I bet if we ask him after the game, he'll say he didn't get all of it. We've seen him hit from deeper than this in warm-ups. But here, he's a foot or so from clearing that bar.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. 23 yards, the final tally. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a desperation throw. And this is caught inside the 5. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. Parkey adds the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Set up. 10 Lobo.
Check. 45 the mic. I'm coming.
Now Cook running right. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Nixon. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one. So for the Raiders, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. Under the 5.